The Cursed Painting, a secret horror story never shown to anyone. Once, in a dusty little town in Arizona, there lived a painter named Nolan Crane. He was deeply devoted to his art, lived alone, and avoided public life. One day, he found a strange painting at an old antique store, worn out, frame cracked, and no name or date on it. It showed nothing but a wooden door, just a door. But the more Nolan stared at it, the more it felt alive. Subtle things seemed to change. He shrugged it off as imagination and hung it on his studio wall. That night, he dreamed of the same door, except in the dream, something dark stood just behind it, watching him. The next morning, the door in the painting was slightly open. Nolan hadn't touched it. He leaned in. The depth in the image felt too real, like he could reach in and turn the knob. By the following night, the door had fully opened in the painting. A black mist began to crawl out of the canvas and fill the room. Nolan tried to scream, but his voice was sucked into the silence. When he awoke, the door in the painting was closed again, but now a pair of glowing eyes peeked through the crack. Nolan began researching obsessively. He discovered the painting was most likely the work of Eliza Wint, an artist who vanished in 1893. Her final undocumented piece was rumored to be The Night Door. They said, anyone who sees it begins to open the door, and once it opens, it never closes again. Nolan tried to burn the painting, but fire wouldn't touch it. Instead, a new image formed on the canvas. A dark street, a shadow walking toward a glowing doorway. The shadow looked just like Nolan. From then on, he heard a voice whispering from the painting, "Let me out. You are not alone." Soon after, Nolan vanished. When his friend Marcus Reyna visited his studio, the painting now showed a door fully open, with a man's back turned toward the viewer walking inside. That man was Nolan. Marcus, refusing to accept the supernatural, brought the painting to experts in New York. X-ray scans revealed a hidden layer beneath. Another scene. Dozens of people entering the same door Nolan had seen. The painting whispered to Marcus, "Bring another or stay forever." The door began to open again. A hand reached out from the canvas and grabbed Marcus's wrist. He pulled away just in time. Determined to end it, Marcus found Eliza Wint's diary in a monastery archive. She wrote, "This door is my soul. I sealed myself behind it. Anyone who sees it tries to free me, but the door doesn't open out. It opens in, and it consumes whoever enters." There was only one way to close it forever. Someone had to enter willingly and lock it from the inside. Marcus made his choice. He stepped through. Inside was fog, screams, and a world of silence. There he found Nolan, mute, pale, lost. Marcus asked where the source was. Nolan pointed. A crooked tree stood in the mist. Beneath it, a woman in black. Eliza Wint. She said, "You want to seal it? Then become the door." Marcus understood. He closed it from the inside. That night, the painting crumbled into ash. A final flash of light showed eyes closing from the inside of the door. Months passed. In a university art hall in Texas, a student discovered a dusty, unsigned painting. It showed a wooden door, nothing else. Just above the door, in faded red letters, "He closed it for you. Will you open it for me? Would you?"